Intel Sports, Liberia's premier.
Well, good morning, pleasant. Welcome to Sports Extra Live here on AT Sports. 1 full hour sports program that comes on your television on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. But good thing about it, today is Friday, June 27, 2025. I'd like to say pleasant welcome today. I'm Edwin Butterfly. I might be joined by Elijah Pond. We will bring you details about happenings relating to football, basketball, kickball, sports in general. And today seems to be a really, really wonderful day. There are a lot of things we're going to be talking about, and also we'll be paying host to a representative from the Liberia Football Association in the women's department who celebrate her birthday on today. Also, too, we will pay host to us as our guest. We're going to talk lengthily about those happenings within women's area, especially the program on tomorrow for women. I don't want to go into it. She will be the one to give us detail about that. And then on the second segment, Elijah Pond will be here with Owen Grade, president of the Highway Kings Basketball Club from the Liberia Basketball Association. They'll be a First Division League. We're going to talk about the basketball in Federal. So we will take a look at the recent honor by the Liberia Football Association to Liska Trust Company for their kind support to football in general in Liberia, where the Liska boss spoke on behalf of the Liska company, where extended his thanks and appreciation to President Duse Boakai for his initial support to the women's national team ahead of the WAFU tournament, in which Liberia ended up being the third place winner of that competition. So there are a lot of more we're going to talk about. Also, the National Third Division playoff in Zueju City, Grand Jide County. We've been told that the 4 participating teams that stays in the semi-finals are threatening to boycott their matches due to what they believe is misunderstanding between them and the FA. We're going to look into that. We'll also be hoping to talk to Milton Yoko, Joel Firmer, and Anthony Kokwe when it comes to that issues, and also talk to the president of Asusa FC, Mr. Tony Walker, who is also in Zueju. Initially, there were 4 teams should be qualifying to the second division 2025-2026 campaign. But due to the case involving Jubilee FC and that of the Liberia Football Association, that is before the death at the Court of Arbitration for Sports CAS, the LFA come up to say 3 teams instead of 4 teams will be making it through to the qualifiers. So Susa will be against when it's time for Margibi, will be all Margibi affairs, while Golden Dreams of Montserrado County will be against the host Paris FC. So it's an opportunity, one way or the other, Margibi, Grand Jide, and Montserrado might produce a second division club. And we're hoping to see that. For me, if you ask me now, I will tell you I want the team for Grand Jide to make it through to the second division so we can decentralize football in Liberia. But we're taking a break. As soon as we come back, we bring in our guest, who is Pretty Sita, who's celebrating her birthday on today. Thank you so much for rejoining us. Welcome again to today's Friday presentation of the program Sports Extra Live here on ANT Sports. One good thing about it is that today, my guest, always on Wednesday we have a female here as our guest. Today again another female, but this time around she's from the football area. The last Wednesday, the guest came from the basketball area. But anyway, welcome to ANT Sports Extra.
Thank you, Elvin. It's a pleasure to be here.
Is it your first appearance on ANT Sports?
No, I think it's my second. The first one was by a call, video call.
Okay.
Yes.
So it's your very first time in the
Yes, in studio. It's my first time.
Wow. And people want to know Miss, is that Alita?
Yes, I'm Miss Alita Masikwe.
Okay.
Yes. I'm manager of Women Football, Liberia Football Association.
But just before you go forward, on behalf of our Sports Extra and to our many viewers watching, we want to say a happy birthday to you, wishing you all of the best, long life and prosperity in your new age.
Amen. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm grateful.
How you feel on your birthday, getting your first studio appearance at ANT Sports?
Yes, this birthday seemed to be an amazing one. A lot of things is happening. But in it all, we have to give first God the glory because he gave us the life first. And then many thanks to Intel and so many others that have made me to be here today. So I'm grateful always.
What are the plans for this entire birthday and your coming today? Your media engagement, I saw it from my, yeah, it started from Wednesday. Yes, I think so, right?
Yeah, it's been a while, yes, but for this program, yes, it started like a week plus now. Yeah, last week. Yeah, it started like last week. So I'm inspired. I always been the one inspired to elevate people. I like to see growth. So I have always thought about how I could make an impact. Because I believe as a person, you, if you don't help another person to grow, I mean, like you just exist. For me, that's my mentality. So in whatever I do, wherever I live, I don't believe like giving people handouts. I believe that how I can push you forward or how I can, in whatever way, help you to grow. So I've been inspired because coming out as a young lady, I've seen how we young women, we very quick to bring down another female and we praise the other gender. So I'm like always in my mind, I'm saying, why are we so negative about ourselves? Because we should learn how to understand what the female face in the society. So I thought about crafting a program before I started the initiative. I crafted something that to elevate women in the society, the women lifting the crown of another woman, fixing her crown right. So and then this year, just a month before my birth month, I thought like, no, why can I allow it to something I have lived? Because for me, I can always say to people, I've lived football because I've spent more than a decade in football. So, and I thought it wise, yes, then I think I should align my program with women's football because being a FA, but I have spent longer time being in the women's football department. I served other areas, yes, but I felt I became more resourceful or having growth within the women football department. So then I aligned my program with the women football department, women football player, female players, and it's about life after football. We see that most of the time our girls playing football have the challenge of education. Some don't have the means, some are not motivated.
Yeah.
Yes, to go through education. So that's why I thought, okay, then how can I help to bridge the gap? Because there's a wide gap there. So I thought this year, okay, yes. We all, I can say in the little mental, we all are hustlers. So
Yeah.
I can do it on my own. So I thought that, okay, yes, I craft this program and we have women football teams playing. And then we try to merge it too with the community because the women football at this stage need the community or the country at large to see women football as empowerment. So we have the program is to take place tomorrow, the 28th, at the SKD practice page. We want, after this program, we want to get 2 scholarship or to 2, it could be a present player or former player.
Former player.
Yes. But now we are starting small, so we're not going college level. We're going to do it high school, vocational, or just if you're a former player, you want to become a coach. Yes, that's what we want to.
Wow.
Yes.
But I saw, I think the flight of this program, the game. How's it like going to be? Is it going to be a long day, a day-long soccer match only
Yeah,
for
so we're
women's
going to
team?
start, the program is going to start by 10. It's going to be a short program. I got a few people invited to grace the occasion.
Okay.
And that is the fundraising aspect of it because it's actually free to enter because we need the public to come and see women football. So entry is free, but there will be a fundraising for the girls we have invited and all other well-wishers of women football to grace the occasion. So after the short program, there will be 2 football matches that have to do with 2 female teams and then 2 community teams, old-timer community team.
Oh, so the way I want to come in, I think, can I just try to get my hand on the flyer? They're going to be Bushel Queens too. They are the
Bushel
champions of
Queens,
the women's lower
I
league.
thought it not to focus on the bigger teams because I feel like they already started gaining the film. But a lot of people don't see the beginners and the beginning is always rough. So that's why I thought to bring people from the community league.
What really inspired you to go into such a venture and organizing this tournament for the girls, offering 2 scholarships? What's the idea? What's the motivation behind such decision?
It's growth. It's growth. It's about empowering another woman. That's my inspiration. I want to see another woman elevated and not to bring her down. So the female players here, they have been, and on the page, I feel they have given a whole lot to football than what they get in return. So it's not just about talking, but I want to be part of the people to make impact, to change that narrative that girls can only play football and get less from football.
So this is going to be the very first version of the first
Yes,
version
this
of
is
your
going to
program.
be the very first version, and we hope to have it every year.
In terms of decentralization of such program, are there plans to this year is in Montserrado, it's in Pinzio. Are there plans to take it to Marshall, Cacatan, or Elachopan County, Sino County?
Yeah, so as my coach can say, baby step today, big leap tomorrow.
Yeah.
So for now, we're starting small. But yes, in the future, yes, we got to be innovative. Football is not only Monserrado.
You've been into women's football for a decade now. What strategy, what idea do you think that other top women's around Liberia can come together, put the ideas together to make women football better? What are some of the plans do you think we all as Liberia can work up and make women football a better one in Liberia?
So we have a lot of programs right now. It's about enhancing the capacity of female in football. So we believe that the women out there can join support. It's like let's support our own initiative, like a woman supporting woman. We need to empower our daughters, our sister, our mom. So the strategy right now for the new league, we want to enhance the power of our sub association, our stakeholders, just in every county. Because at the start of women football, we had women football only in Montserrado, but now we can probably say women football is in 7 counties. So it's really right now it's about decentralizing women football. We hope that in years to come we can be in 15 counties.
But the playoff is coming, and I've been told it's going to be between Montserrado and Nimba. Or you have 3 teams from Nimba, 5 teams from Montserrado. You work in the women's department at the LFA. I guess you're aware of this playoff.
Yes, the playoff is going to take off in July. It's going to be 8 teams, 5 from Montserrado, 5 from Nima County. It's in the same area, so it's like 2 leagues. So other 2 leagues, you have to have a playoff to determine who goes to the top level. Before, because we have found challenges in organizing playoff, because sometimes we are lack of finance, so there were that part left out. But doesn't mean that we cannot grow for it. So we saw that this year we push forward because, as we said, football is not only about Montserrado. There are other teams over there putting the finance in, so they want to play in upper league.
Yeah.
So how can we merge the league? It's like creating a pathway that we can understand the pathway's growth from one level to another.
To another.
Yes.
Let's get back to your program. When you brought this idea about, I guess you would other people to comment about. What's the working relationship with the LFA ahead of this particular event? Because I guess women's football in general, and also be using the LFA facility.
Okay, so I must first say thank you to the president. He has pushed us. I must say much, especially me, because I've been around for long. He has pushed me to reach to this level, and for the fact that I can get the stadium to use, other little or nothing, I must be grateful to the president, to the executive committee, and even to my boss, Mr. Toko Wise. They have been very supportive about me, about women football in general.
Yeah. And then also tomorrow to the program, you say you're going to start from like 10 o'clock.
Yeah, 10 o'clock.
So how is it going to be like? I think 4 teams are participating. Are we going to get one winner, or they're just going to play randomly?
So so we're going to get winner from the 2 categories. So because we're not starting large, so it's small. So we with the female team play, the winner from there is going to have a trophy, and we tend to give a set of jersey to the winner and some footballs. And for the second team, for participating, we are going to give you some football. Just as the community team, the winner is going to walk away with a trophy and a jersey. And then the second team participating is going to get football. just to
So
help
what
promote
in case you
their
could
team.
do like the winner from the female team to the old time, or they could just make just for fun?
No, because the girls in the lower league are younger, so they don't the energy, it doesn't match. You put them in more harm way if they have to play others.
So what are some of those big names we'll be expecting tomorrow on the page in the last match?
In the last match, it's just a community based organization, so it's no big name. It's places that have lived before, and young men have put this set together, and they have their organization. Sometimes they do handouts to other organizations.
So the last match will be male
Yes, the last match is going to
okay.
be Mill, Old Summer Mill. That is connecting with the community.
of the community.
Yes.
Yeah. So they're going to climax in terms of football. aspect.
Yes, they're going to come as the thing.
Okay, but again, also, so I want to say, there's a big program coming up for women football. What are some of those names from the women stakeholder aspect who will be expecting to be at the occasion on tomorrow?
Okay, so for the women football aspect, we have Miss Ollie Stevenson, executive committee member, Miss Nami Takor, Mrs. Doris Bitel. I just can't name all off here right now, but it's going to be a lot of people turning out.
But were there invitations sent up to some of the big clubs, women's, like the likes of the Determined Girls, the likes of our senior female professional, Ambassador FC, War Girls, Shakhtar Angels?
Yes, there was invitation sent to everybody. It was sent personally, and it was sent in the various chat rooms. So
Okay, we have with us Ms. Alita A. Massaquoi, head of women's football at the Liberia Football Association. She's our guest on Sports Extra here today, Friday, celebrating her birthday. What good things are they as well? I know, is it the 31st, 33rd, or 41st of birth anniversary? She laughed.
it's 30 something.
30 something. So celebrating her 30 something birth anniversary. She's our guest here today on the show with me, Edwin Batafoyan. Wonderful. I was talking about the program upcoming tomorrow at the SKD practice page in Pinzo. Let's get this short break. As soon as we come back, we dive into more conversation, more question and answer concerning the event on tomorrow. Don't go away. Keep watching and share the live broadcast. Thank you again for rejoining us. It's on the Friday, 27 days of June 2025, live here on ETS Sports. Sports Extra is the program you're watching live this Friday morning. Ms. Massaquoi is our guest. She's from the Liberia Football Association. She celebrates her birthday on today, her 30-something birthday, according to her. And then on tomorrow, in observing of her 30-something birthday, there's a program organized. We just hope that our team can bring the picture. I hope that our production team, Julius, and that if the fellas can just bring us the picture on the screen so you can see who will be in action tomorrow at the SKD practice pitch. But I'm going to be there because I want to see this Bushore Queens too. Yeah, I saw the senior team in the league. They were kind of energetic in terms of playing. But here's the fixture. You can see that at 11 a.m. Bushore Queens 2 will be against Sir Robert FC. SKD practice page is the kickoff time, and Embassy will be against Tosa. I think the Tosa should be Tosa Old Timers Sports Association.
Yes.
I get that correct. So there are big names, former footballers from the Tosa area. I guess I'm wondering, is this the All-Star that only Robert is part of? He always go at the Tosa field to practice. Yeah.
This Tosa is from Single, 10, 9, 11 Street.
Okay. Yeah. So you saw the fixtures on the screen. They just get that fixture back. They look at the second game time to see when Tosa versus Embassy kickoff time is at 2 p.m. So the first match is 11 a.m. Bushore Queens 2 will be against Sir Robert FC. 11 a.m. kickoff time. Embassy against Tosa, where the old timers, the old folks from the football area will be clutching home. But at times when you see old timer playing, you're going to see the old, they say you can teach the dog about old tricks. So it's already known. So that's the fixture for tomorrow, and you can make your way at the SKD. The good news and big news about that is that the entrance is actually free. Free. The only thing you're going to do is just to behave yourself and work in line with the organizer, that if somebody steps on your toes, just I guess security will be there. I guess, right? Security will be at the field.
Yes. It's going to be private security.
Yeah, because you're going to have a star like TFLs. We are here. Elijah Pan will be there. Julius Tua will be there. So they need to be protected and they from intersport.
Obviously, there's going to be security.
But I was told that the women's football department sent a 6 program proposal to the FIFA, who has football in the world, and tell us, are they all 6 approved by FIFA? And if yes, what are those proposal project in terms of program we're talking about?
So yes, we have applied for the FIFA Women Football Development Program, and under the FIFA Women Football Development, we were able to successfully apply for 6 programs. That includes the Women Lower League Development. That's how we target the women's campaign, the women's D-license coaching course, the Women in Leadership program, the Women Elite coaching program, and Women Capacity Building program, and the Women Club licensing.
Okay. So
so out of the 6 programs, we have been able to, they have been successfully approved 5 and pending 1. Hopefully, we look forward to this week or next week, and we'll have a positive result.
So 5 have been approved?
Yes, 5 have been approved.
With this 5 been approved, what benefit does Liberian women's, those who play football, stands to benefit? What impact, what positive impact will this have? So
first, we had the lower league development before, where we captured the upper league, and that was totally, the lower league, that was totally in Montserrado. So now that we thought it that, okay, because we have spread to 6 other counties, we should empower the people within that county to run the leagues and the clubs. So we are carrying trainings for clubs and stakeholders within the clubs and sub-association. So the women lower league comprises of a minimum transportation assistant. It comprises of league operation. It comprises of promotion, marketing and promotion. We highlighted marketing and promotion because we felt like the upper league is almost there, but now we need to give the lower league a face. So it's about branding the whole women football in Montserrado and other counties. The club licensing is about helping to educate them how to use the club licensing system, professionalizing the club as well.
You talk about branding, and someone would say, I think women football is not a kind of much branded.
Yes, it's not visible. So that's why we decided to capture that part. In this year, and that aligns strictly with our strategic plan, we are going to highlight the visibility of women football in Liberia.
But don't you think another means to brand women football is about introducing women's soccer into the national county sports, mean walking in line with the Ministry of Youth and Sports? We just seeing over the years, we're seeing kickball, in county men, and then with those young girls that are into football, that are not into kickball, at times they can be broken down to see that their peers are playing kickball. They want to play the football aspect of the county men. They want to go represent their county of birth. What playing are you working on?
So
working with the
we
Ministry of
saw
Youth and
we
Sports?
saw this before. We have written the Ministry of Youth and Sports. We have had series of meetings, and all is just the same. We just hopeful that they can see the need of women football being in the continent. But as they said that they are looking towards it, and hopefully. But it's something important. This is something that we all at the women football department and women football at large look forward to.
Okay, and that's something also. The recent time was I think was that on Wednesday, we saw the Leska company boss really hitting praises when it comes to women football, especially their kind of support to the women's lower league. What they elevate honor the Leska boss for their contribution.
So we hope to do it to every other company. We hope to do it to Orange, as we started with Leska, and even former is that LTA. These are people that have supported women football. Leska president is having a sponsorship of 10,000 per year that they gave up to the champions that have to do with the trophy, medals, and even the prizes they receive. Wow. So obviously, in order to get more from somebody, you must be appreciative of what they have done. So I think it's the Liberia football way of saying thank you to Leska, and it's another way of encouraging others to join, to get on board and support women football. And I like the thing he said, because he's been about football, but he's more now intentional about women football. So I hope we can get more to empower the girls.
So I hope we can get the remarks made by the Leska boss when he received the honor from the Liberia Football Association leadership, headed by the Secretary General and the head of women football, Madam Judy Ray Seaton, an executive member. So we just hope that our team from the production area can bring that clip, so you can. It's a voice over lip. It's a voice cover, where you see a picture combined, and then you hear the Leska boss making a remark on it. And it was something like, to say, at least he talked about the president, His Excellency Joseph Boakai, helped to the team, the women's national team. It was something that he embraced with a good arm.
Yes. And that we must recognize, because it's the first time knowing that the government they gave 134,000 to sponsor the women's senior national team. I think, imagine we have 134,000 and the girls perform the way they perform. Imagine if we're having a consistent support from the government. What would the girls do? The girls is now becoming the pride of Liberia, and I think that the government should focus on the girls now.
Yeah, I think we were controversially kicked out of the competition. I can see that playing for free. Our match with Senegal didn't go down well with us back home. Many Liberians took to the social media to express their anger in terms of the way the match was handled by the Gambian referee. So, but actually they did a good job. And now the team is now participating in the WAFU. The WAFU is over. What plan do we have for the national team in terms of keep that high level of pace with the team for the next competition?
So we at the Women Football Department, we are scheduling different international matches, friendly matches, that will keep the girls level up. But again, as we can say, we can do the planning, but when the finance is not there, it's another thing. So we hope that after all the planning and the document is done, that the government can come again to see the need that we keep the girls on the path they are, not to come down, but to go upward.
With the kind of playing you're already planning for international matches, what are some of the names of those countries that selected you guys selected in terms of that?
No, so we
do we
will-
have
we don't-
Brazil, Spain?
we are looking at maybe Ethiopia, yes, that we can play a friendly match, obviously. Sometimes we try with neighboring country too, Ivory Coast, Guinea. It depends who accept. Or Morocco, yes.
Okay.
But it all depends, defined as always.
But can we try something this time around? Can we leave from Africa, go to Europe, at least just to try, send a communication to the Spanish
Yeah,
Football
please.
Federation or to the...
Edwin.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to live in our present, please.
Yeah, no, but is there something, sometimes we see...
It's a good thing.
Yeah.
It's a good thing. We would love to take the girls out of here, but as I said again, it's all about finance. The economic circumstances, we don't know what the government have. So
Okay, then
We-
I do agree that at times the government come up to say, oh, there's no money in the days. But like looking at our relationship, Liberia as a country with the United States of America, the USA, it could be good that the women's department could say, okay, LFA, we want to send a communication for our women's team to play the USA national team, or at least the under 20, under 17 team. And then with the kind of relationship, probably look of a sponsorship, it could be at least it's going to be something good on your watch, your department, your area. We will say yes, at least history was made on the legs of Alita Masakwe, Madam Julie Resiton, Coach Kebel Lamy, the Ethiopian coach. From that Duncan, Salam.
Kibiri.
We help Liberia play the USA in a friendly match. It
It's
will be a really big one.
it's a nice idea, but I can always say to people, if you doesn't take the step to go up, obviously you're going to come back down and
Yeah.
start over. So it's going to be small. I can say, small is the best way to go.
Wow.
Yes.
But anyway, we just hope that because most of things is more
Because
for,
you cannot just say big things and it's not achievable.
yeah.
Yes, you gotta be smart about your goals.
But too, yeah. For me, I'm a Christian, and you go to the Bible, you know.
Hey, Edwin, know how they can use faith though.
No, but I tell you, you gotta say something good. So it's just to make the attempt, right? No, because for me, even to the male aspect, at times I get jealous when I see Senegal playing. Look at the Gonda Senegal playing
Edwin,
England.
into reality, we are here.
Okay.
And we have matches. To even honor our matches, is the finance difficulty is there. So what we take from there to America is not just international friendly, not even a tournament.
But with the kind of support now that I saw, because when the team got back to Liberia,
No, but it's a good idea,
Yeah.
though. It's a good idea not to be pushed under the bus, but it's something that can be looked at, obviously. But we hope. So the fact that we got you here and you are bringing such a brilliant idea, I'm sure we can use your platform to solicit funds, like
Yeah,
rally
people
fund
will-
around for women
because
football.
just imagine the performance of the team in Mauritania got the attention of the ambassador at large.
Yes.
He made a donation to the team. At least it wasn't something bad. And then now to have Leska Boss mentioning the performance of the girls.
Yeah.
So it tells you that they got the attention of many Liberians.
Oh yes, and we will love that. Obviously we are open to that as long as we are getting the support. Trust me, the playing won't be a problem. We would love to go Argentina. We don't matter.
Yeah, I mean,
where.
something-
Yeah, just anywhere. But
Yeah.
the support is something very crucial.
Because
to women's football.
if we expose our player, look, one thing that I observe is that one thing that might be giving our girls a really tough time is their heart.
Yes.
The heart, it could be another issue. Some of them, like you look at this kid from our determined girls, Diata Lagama. She's a very good number 2 player, have a self-control, strength good, but her heart to just fit into a foreign team, it means that she has to get a link with that particular coach or a relationship from agent to the team in order to fit into that team. For our sister here, we'll let her play. Yeah.
That's a good one, but I think height is not something that limits somebody. I think you should just master your art, and if the time is right, obviously you are going to be called. It's destiny. If that's your destiny, it's your destiny. Just be disciplined and be good at what you do. That's what I think.
Yes, sir. You watching Sports Extra again. Ms. Masako, who's celebrating her 30-something birthday, is my guest on
Yes,
today
my 30-something
presentation.
birthday.
We got 40 minutes of interactive discussion talking about her program, talking about other development. At least, according to her, they are planning that all the 15 counties, at least my county, Lofa, and my other county, Magibi, will have a women's league. We'll see our girls from Kolahun, from Fesebu, from Wolomo, from Bogisa, from Zozo.
If I already have a league,
Wow.
yes.
I think it's something really welcoming because we want to see it taking over the entire country. Like
Obviously.
from the beginning of the show, you hear me talking about I want Paris to qualify. Yeah, because I want to say Orange Cup. I want Heavy 11 to draft in the mud. Let it draft in the mud to go and play Paris in Zwerju, so that the people of Zwerju will know that yes, indeed, we're taking the football, we're taking the sports to them. They will know that they themselves too feel part of Liberia because we got a team from Sano already. We can get one from Granger, next we'll get one from Maryland. We'll just be going, and then we can get.
Yeah, so it's a good idea, decentralizing football. So I think the government play another key part in that, which is the connection of roads. I think we'll make it much easier in the decentralization of football.
Like
so we
now-
hope that the government can look.
Now the
towards that.
playoff, the women's upper league playoff will be kicking off in July. Like I told a guy in a conversation, I say, I'm praying for that team. I'm not Dolokia from Nima.
Dolokia.
I'm praying. I say, Tulakia. I said, I'm praying for them to qualify. I said, what? I said, because I want Shatta determined guys to rob us and go there and play the people. It's something. Yes, Gompa Field now have taken a shape thanks to the Liberia Football Association and the FIFA forward program for that project. So it's something like we want to see determined girls into Nimba. There are people following.
Yes, obviously.
So when they hear that
It's
determined
going-
girls is in Ganta, they will go there.
Yes, it's going to get more followers. I totally agree.
Have you visited the Vocamation Sport page? There's a tournament for women's called the Isabella Off-Season Tournament.
Oh yeah, I've seen it on social media, but I haven't been opportune to go there.
So-
I hope sometime.
Maybe I pray that Sunday after the birthday, maybe Sunday will be here over. Maybe, yeah, or just Tuesday or Wednesday, I can forward the picture to you. Go and see that the motorcyclists will park their back and they will be into a serious
Yes, that's the thing
argument.
about football. Football brings passion. It brings a great deal of passion. So
Yeah.
that's understandable.
So you're watching Sports Extra live on NT Sports. Miss Alita Massacre, is that the name, right?
Yes, I mean
Alita Massacre is my guest. But those of you watching, if you have any question you want to take part, you can call us now on 0778 31 33 64, 0778 31 33 64, 0888 40 90 83, 888 40 90 83. We just have to wrap it up now and call it a day on this interview. If he doesn't have a question to ask now, you can also watch the video, leave your question in the comment section, and it will be addressed in subsequent time. But we just have to go. Are there any other things you want to say as we wrap up?
Yeah, so on the national team, the WAFU will be here in September 14th to the 28th. Liberia is going to be the host, and our girls are going to participate. So we hope that we can get the same support that we got from the government previously, and any other well wishers and private entity. The girls need you. Come and empower the girls.
And yes, just finally from my end, yes, I will say again, I know it's a belated congratulations. The other time you got an appointment with Wafu, and how was it? Just before you go, how was it working with Wafu?
That was I don't know how to term it, but I felt like I learned new things. That's why I'm open to.
Okay.
So, yeah, so it was a learning curve for me, because it's all about regional tournament, you know. So
Yeah.
if I can learn from the bigger stage, obviously we're going to bring that to Liberia. So it was a learning opportunity.
I
for me.
pray and hope that we can have you another time again, so we can just talk more about women football.
Yeah, I think I'm gradually becoming a PRO now. I'm always-
It's not just about PR. It's just about lifting the growth and development of
No,
women football.
obviously, yeah. So I don't mind being the PRO for women football. I'm just saying, like, I'm taking the lead of the PRO. I hope that I can be Anthony Kwekwe.
Anthony.
No,
But
yes,
it's
but
been a
it's a
good
good
time.
thing. Yes, it's a pleasure to be here and to say that we want to see women football grow. We have to take this step. So that's why you see I'm engaging myself in a lot of radio shows, talk shows, and social media engagement because we are the face of women football. So if we must tell people to push women football, elevate women football, we must be the one to take the first step.
Thank you so much. It's been a really, really wonderful time. Happy birthday again from us to you.
Thank you so much, Edwin, right?
Yeah.
It's a pleasure. Thank you to Intel Sport. It's a pleasure. And thank you for always supporting women football. I saw before at the end of one of the league, you had packages that you guys gave to the women football players that you recognized. That was a great initiative. We hope that other people can see and enjoy as well.
Okay, thank you so much. She's Miss Alinta Masakwe. Works at the Liberia Football Association Women's Department specifically. Celebrate her 30-something birthday on today. She'll be my guest. But I mean tomorrow at the SKD parties page for the women's big occasion. Well, Bruce Queens 2 will be against Roberts FC, and then also Embassy against Otosa in her birthday celebration. That's the feature. But we just have to go. Our second guest is already here. Elacho Pan is also well prepared to talk more about basketball with our second guest. I'm Edwin Battlefriend. Thank you for watching. We'll take this break to be back.
So welcome to the second segment of our today transmission here on Sports Extra. We have with us in our first segment the head from the female women football in Liberia, and she's Alita Massaquet, giving on a tournament for the upcoming competition and one day the tournament will be held at the SKD Sports Complex or the Practice on tomorrow. There's another segment we will have with us in studio the president of one of Liberia First Division side in the Liberia Basketball Association First Division League. He's Owen Gray. He's the president of Howard Kings. As you may be aware, they are one of the newly promoted First Division teams within the First Division League. Here with us in person. We go for this break. When we come back, we'll go in with our interaction with our guests. He's going to tell us more about the team and their ambition, as well as what they hold for the future in order to be maintained in the First Division League, or they will have to return back to the Second Division League. My name is Elijah Pine. We'll go for this break to be right back. So welcome back. Today in studio, our guest on our second segment of Sports Extra, yet on Intel Sports, Liberia Premier and exclusive sports institution. We do no politics, we talk sports, and we talk direct sports in Liberia for the promotion of Liberian sports. Basketball this time around. He's the president of Howard King, Owen Gray. Welcome to Intel Sports.
Thank you, my brother.
Today, you are here at our studio. You look good in terms of you're truly the president for Howard Kings. We want to say welcome.
Yeah, thanks for the invite. I know that we spoke last time, and we said there was need that we come in to have a lengthy discussion about my team and probably about the league. So that's why we're here today, to talk specifically about Howard Kings basketball. So thanks again once more.
Let's talk about the team. The generation of this team, how it all came about in terms to where they are currently.
So like I said the last time, Howard Kings was established 2020 by a group of young guys who live on the highway. And our founding father is Mr. Wooler Andrews, who happens to be the founder of the team, and currently he's served as the assistant coach for the team. So it all happened after COVID, when most of us have left the game at the time, and then when the COVID subsided a little bit, so what I came about and said, look, gentlemen, I think there's a need that since we are no more active, there's a need that we create a team from the highway where we live.
Okay.
So at first there was a lot of doubt, from other stakeholders, other family members, but again, he thought it wise that was his plan, that was his vision. So he needed to implement it, and we all put hands around him. So 2021, we took the team in the league. The first season in the league, the team did extremely well. We went to run off. We lost the final against TS Warrior, and then we qualified to the second division. And our first season, we went to the Big Four. We lost the game in the Big Four, and then this current season, which was our second season, we won the championship. So pretty well. That's the history of Howard Kings. The team is for the highway. That's why we funded it. We heading it right now. But like I always tell people, Howard Kings, the dream and vision of Howard Kings, we imitate what Bujabu did for our local community. Yeah. To bring something for our community, to represent our community. And this time around, it is basketball. So I always tell people that live on the highway, that reside on the highway, let's support Howard King. Let's embrace our own. Okay. Howard King is the team of the future.
Let's talk about this competition. You came from the second division. You're now to the first. Tell us your experience so far in the first league with that of the second league. What's the comparison like?
Well, I know this might sound a little odd. Okay. But judging from experience, the last season, second division league was tough. Okay. tough in the sense that the games were very competitive. Very competitive. There's not a game that you go to the gym and say, and then you say, you know, you're going to win an easy game.
Okay.
It was
Just not a free round.
Yes, because
I
the
used
first
to
thing,
notice the competition.
all of them are very young. They are
Okay.
in the same age group. All the teams last season was eager to win.
All right.
They had this, you know, the kids got something to make big move. They on the court to go to school together, in college basketball, build the momentum and everything. So it was very difficult, very tough. So I think that's one of the things that prepared this time around teams that qualified to the first division. Because for the second league, the last season second league, it was very competitive. So we already had that within us. So coming to the first league and where we're performing right now, it is no surprise to us because we are used to challenge.
We used to challenge. We used to see in the first league where we'll have Spartak and Howard King will be playing. We have that jam. The fans will come out in their numbers. We no longer see it at the first division level. Does it bother you at times in terms of your support?
Well, I don't know. You say no longer. I don't know if you watch our game against Spartakos.
Because your game against Spartak in the second league, I know how the gym can be. And when it comes to the turnout, it can be more fans wanting to come. Howard King, Spartak is playing, you see the entire court is jam-packed.
Yes, so one thing, Elijah, you won't get that crowd right now because we are not in the finals.
Okay.
So we have 5 games last season. Let's say out of 5, let's say 7. Because we played
games.
2 in the regular station, then 5 in the finals. So the final games will always be packed.
Okay.
So, but the attendance for our first game, Howard Kings and Spartak, there was a good attendance.
Okay.
But now we are not the central attraction no longer.
No longer.
Because we are a newly promoted team in the first league. There are bigger guys there. You got Barrow, you got others. You got MPA Pythons, you got Bushabu. But as it stands right now, we in Spartak, we share literally like 20 to 30% of the first division fans. When you go to Spartak game, you see our game, even put the game pulling more fans than Bushabu and Patterns. The same apply to us.
Yeah.
You go to our game, even we play on non-performing teams because we reside on the highway and where the court is on the highway. Our games are always packed. Our fans always show up.
Will come.
Exactly.
Okay. So now we with this style of the game, we have a lot of wrinklings, activities in the first league now. Where the league now is polarized by a lot of politics. Does that bother you as an authority, sometimes officials or teams?
Definitely.
Okay.
I wanted to talk about team a little bit, but since
Talking about the league in particular.
the league, so yeah, the league, it bothered me a lot. If people know me, they know I'm a very tough talking person.
Okay.
I'm always constructive in my engagement. I think the leagues need to improve. There are people who got elected or probably got appointed. They are not doing the job. And that's sorry.
They are not doing a job.
They are not doing the job, not
Okay.
us. So I think they need to step up their game.
In terms of the president, the organizers are not doing their work. What do you mean?
Also, I know you want to go into for me to go into
because you're
detail.
talking about they are not doing their work.
Okay, so I sit in a better position right now to discuss the politics of basketball.
Okay.
Because I'm a president, I'm not a technical person.
You are a president.
I'm an administrator.
Yeah.
So, first thing is, the way the league is run, the way the league is structured, before even going to the opening of the league, there was poor preparation. So the league closed for exactly 6 to 7 months since
7
last
months,
September. There was no league. We heard about the opening of the league till May 2nd. We reached to the league, the gym the first day. There's no light in the gym. There's no electricity. There's no chairs for the team to sit on. There was a formality of opening. Okay. So definitely nothing happens that day. Then you have a few individuals who got appointed that don't want to work. For example, the SG.
Okay.
Kevin Diggs. Okay. So the league made a rules and regulation to govern this season. The SG take upon itself to implement that rule, but implement the rule in how you want to implement the rule.
Okay.
So teams should have registered before the 2nd of May. All team rosters should have been in. The executive committee, the rule says after 1 month from May 2nd, there should be no other registration, including foreign and local players. So within that time frame, everybody should register the players. And the rules also states each teams that bring foreign player, each foreign player is 400 before the players play.
Okay.
One of my game against Pushabu got 4 foreign players. So I went to the rule. So the 4 foreign players is probably 1,600. So I had an issue with it. I called the technical director. I said, Chief, Pushabu got 4 foreign players. Are they qualified to play? He said, that's why I investigated. So first of all, they had to play, they needed resident permit. They needed to pay the 400 as foreign players each before playing, because that's how the rule says.
Which is restricted to the team paying the 400 each.
Yes, before they play.
Okay.
That is clear in the rule. So they called the SG said the people clear to play. Only to find out, Pushabu players haven't paid the money. Only 2 players have resident permit. You are the Secretary General of the league. You cannot overshadow what the EC have passed. That rules was set up by the technical committee of the LBA. And they took it to the EC. The EC is the highest decision-making body in the federation or in the association. If the EC pass a law, they are the only person that can go and repeal that law. But the SG sits and do everything by himself. He allowed the people to play good for us. We got one of the best teams. And we won our games. Up to now, Barrow have used 6 foreign players in the league.
Okay. So as per the game, as per games or an encounter, how many foreign players are to be used per game?
So the rule says you register 5 foreign players. You play, you dress 3 at a time, 2 on the court.
Okay.
Barrow have registered 6. When we raised the issue, in the person of all us technical staff, they got to us, you're wasting your time. You can't afford Barrow.
Who said that?
Kevin Diggs.
Okay.
The men that are supposed to help to enforce the law is the one breaking the law. The deadline passed. They said after the deadline, which was June 2nd, after 1 week, published all the teams roster. I wrote a communication asking for just a single team roster, which is Matthew Barrow. After you say give me all the other teams, well, your excuse will be, oh, we got a volume of teams.
And by law, which of course you are entitled to.
Exactly.
Okay.
Up to now, Kevin Diggs having published all the teams roster here.
All right.
So he shy away from function and doing things that he literally is not supposed to be doing. And he's the face of the league. He literally run the league. I know the issue before Kevin could become appointed, there was a lot of rigmarole around. For the matter of fact, he contested and he lost the election.
During the process of the election, Kevin did not.
The last Congress, he lost the election.
And I was at that Congress. Kevin won the election.
No, Kevin lost. Kevin lost the VP position. That's how you see they appointed him
As the secretary.
The Secretary General.
Okay, yes. Okay.
So he didn't win the election. So now, if the people brought you in to help them, I believe that he's a younger person. I believe that he should be the one driving the innovation around the league. But as it stands, he's not performing at all. He need to improve.
So it's more to talk about as it relates to the league. There are a lot of things. Other things are complaining. The lead of Bourgeois Bull, the lead of Spartakor, majority of the new things coming to the league. In terms of publicity, you guys have a lot of issues about it. What's about it into this league in terms of publicity? What are you seeing so
Chief,
far?
like I said, because we got other folks who head in the league right now, the president, his time have passed. He's not in the era of modern basketball or in the modern reality. Exactly. So he brought people around who he felt could help.
Okay.
Now, like us, Kevin Diggs, Mr. Imari Potter, or the marketing arm. I know they were appointed Mr. Sam Wood will be the marketing manager. He also tried, but we haven't seen it. Can you imagine, brother, a National Basketball League is running without a visible sponsor? Probably they have a sponsor.
No title sponsor.
Okay, they have. So probably they have it, but it's a non-disclosure sponsorship agreement. So that's why I say a visible sponsor.
Okay.
The league don't have a sponsor. How can you run a national league without a sponsor? It tells you where basketball is heading.
You don't have a title sponsor to run the league. How do you generate funds to help the team?
That's exactly why we're saying they need to be innovative. There's no publicity. My brother, we're in a chat room where you see the fixtures, the fixture that come from the LBA or the flyers that come from the LBA for posting your feed side.
Okay.
Most of the flyers that you see coming promoting games are coming from basketball platform promoters.
Okay.
The LBA don't even have a publicity. They once in a while doing big games, doing borrow orders game. They go to radio station and do the regular publicity. But nowadays, most of the youth that watching basketball, they don't listen to radio. They want to see the Facebook flyers.
Because
they want to see
they
want to see the Instagram and all.
It should be on TikTok.
So you got to
Facebook.
know what platform, what medium meets the current publicity for certain sports. Basketball, you need social media to run the publicity. And now, as I said, only the teams doing it. If I don't fix a flyers or a fixture for my game, if none of the basketball promoters do it, nobody will know that Highway Kings playing today.
So ahead of the league season, do we have subventions given to clubs to say, yeah, like the Liberia Football Association will have to give about 6,000 to 7,000 clubs to undergo the process before the start of the league to the basketball? Do we have subventions given to club prior to the opening of the league by the LBA?
I think we spoke about that the last time.
Yeah.
There's absolutely a 5 rate penny that is given to, let's say, the third division team. Single cent isn't given. Let's talk about even when you win the championship.
When you win.
It takes you a month, 2 months. And how much is the price? A second division championship, 125,000.
Liberty. Okay.
So sometimes when I say with some of the stakeholders, I say the whole issue about basketball investment is almost like, sorry to say that Pieti, you spend your money, you get nothing, that's just for self-happening. Yeah. But absolutely there's no return. And trust me, these days players, regardless of the talent, they need something to show that say, oh, you are playing first division. Especially when you have a team in first division, the financial demand is not an easy thing. Okay. It's very huge. And there's absolutely nothing. You go to the game, you play a big game, like NBA Partners, they go on time. The league, they give you $30 for getting intake. Why they charge people $700? So imagine the discrepancy that come along the way, the losses that come. You go to the game, you have to pay your team $5 when they win $10. Maybe the least the players will accept from you will be $500. Okay. You got 15 players, you got 5 technical staff. So imagine the money you spend per game.
Per game.
So there's absolutely nothing, no reward for supporting basketball. We're doing it because we have played the game before and we want to see basketball to continue to play. That's why we keep investing our little resources into basketball.
That's why we keep investing our little resources into basketball. That's the voice of the president of Highway Kings in the Liberia Basketball Association First Division League. We go for this break. When we come back, we talk more about the team stay into the league. What do we hope of the future? What is it about the team and what we hope to see in the nearest future of the team as to honor the next feature in the First Division League. Go for this break. To be right back. So welcome back. We're back from the break, taking on little water was given to us. This time it's not coffee break because we don't have the coffee yet now. We'll have coffee on tomorrow. But we're going to talk more about the participation of the U18 team into the just ended competition in Ivory Coast, where we have part of the players from Highway Kings were part of this U18 team. And how do we see this team as well as the team in particular that stay in the First Division League? Mr. President, we're back on this one, talking more about your team stay into the league. Let's talk about the sustainability of the team, outlining all of the challenges, no support into the league. It's just like giving in and not getting anything back. Do we see the sustainability of this team? Like Mighty Barrow still into the league, Invisible 11 are still into the league, Visual Bull are still into the league. What we hope about Highway Kings?
Well, definitely Howard Kings will be in the league and will continue to be in the league. We are still trying to mobilize resources. We are reaching out for support from those residing on the highway, those living on the highway. I always call or give a passion call, calling on them to come and support the team. Luckily for us, we have, let's say, 3 big persons who's our resident. We have the president, we have the former president, we have the vice president.
Wow.
They all reside on the highway. So
Everyone are just in your line, and you have to.
exactly. So it takes time for people to believe in your dream.
Okay.
So we plan on meeting those people to get the needed support that they can give to the team. But as it stands, we look good. We are calling on people to come and help. But the team will be in the league this season, next season, season to come.
In terms of your jersey, where do you get your tabs?
So my jersey are playing this season 2. So the 2 set right now is from here, and we got our official jerseys coming in, which is a gift from one of our supporters, who happen to be Mr. Colin Stammer from the Ministry of Youth and Sport. So that jersey should be in anytime next week. It's a 2 set of jersey. Also want to say thanks for that intervention made.
Do you have printing sponsors?
No, we don't have printing sponsors, and a lot of people reach out to us to partner with us.
Okay.
And for the way how we can work is there's a whole board, and we don't want to settle for the less to say. So we want something that will benefit both sides. It's not that again, you come and give a jersey, you give a shirt, and then you go and print massive production of shirts for us. We don't have a return. Even like you see the shirt that on me, it's our own sponsored printed shirt.
Okay.
There's no other brand. They reach out to us, want to do our shirt. We say no, we will afford our own costs and run our sale, because in kind of these arrangement, most of these printing sponsors try to benefit more than the team.
Okay.
So we are a potential team, so we want to be smart before engaging in any kind of arrangement of.
So you wanted to be a 50-50 like?
Well, I can't say, because there's a whole finance department on my team. They spearhead that along with the board. But we don't want to rush into a deal that might have a long-term impact or effect on us financially. So we take it slow, especially when it comes to the issue about those that we're supposed to brand or market. So we really try to move in that direction with a whole lot of scrutiny. So that's the reason why we are not partnering with any printing company right now.
Let's talk now about the under 18 national team. How do you see the team? I'm hoping that some of your players were part of this team.
Yeah, so I know the last time they left, I have Howard Kings. So it's Howard's Dynasty. Then we got 2 teams under the Howard Dynasty. It's Howard King and Howard Springs.
Okay.
So I know we got 2 of my players last time played for the under 18. Either 2 or 1 of my players played for the under 18.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that this time around I will have some of my players representing the under 18, because if you look around, you can't get a lot of good players other than Spartacus, Highway Kings, maybe others, because they got a few young players there from the first division league now to blend along with the other kids in the lower league. So I'm hoping that some of my players will be there. But also, one of the things I wanted to talk about is that will be retinal communication is the last under 18.
Okay.
So up to now, we are the SU who heard that delegation.
Okay.
It was alleged that 83,000 was given for that trip. Up to now, stakeholders haven't received that report.
83,000 was given to
the LBA for that particular trip, the under 18 trip for both male and female.
Okay.
And Mr. Dick was the one that headed that delegation. So we'll be writing the LBA asking for the report, because accountability is very key. As an SG, when you go with the government resources, when you come, we need a report. So all I'm saying is, there's not a lot of money in the league already.
All right.
So if you take 83,000, it's not a small money for under 18 1 week in Africa. So we need a report. What happened to the money? If it was referee spent on the players, let's see what they get to tell. Because our players that they took, they didn't get money for our players.
Was it given to the LBA by FIBA or the government of Liberia?
Oh, well, I think that is from the government of Liberia.
Okay. So it was from the government of Liberia up to now. There is no report since the return of the players.
So probably, so I'll be writing the president if there's a report. The report should be made public to stakeholders for all to review the report because that money is a public fund. And if there is not a report, we'll be calling on the president to usher immediate investigation because it has been close to a year plus since the team left. So people who are giving money to manage, they should be able to give account of it.
Lastly, we don't have the lawsuit of time. We just talk about what is needed to be heard that was not asked to you in relation to the team, the LBA, and sports in particular in Liberia. How do you view sporting activities?
Well, so for me, I think sport is on a slow path, and definitely we'll get there with the referee mind and referee person who have the referee mind at the helm of leadership in every sporting activities or aspect, be it basketball, football, track and field, we'll definitely get there. And my thing is, I want the leadership of basketball to do more. You can't have basketball being an alternative in the national county sport meet. I remember during the day of Mr. Richmond Anderson, that wasn't even an option. Basketball is an official Olympic sport. Under the last 6 to 8 years, time for county meet, the ministry said, he said, Mr. How you call him, Mr. Kwame Andy Kwame say, if a team want to bring a basketball team, every basketball team, you don't do that. Basketball is the second biggest sport in the country. It's an Olympic sport. It's mandatory that you have a basketball country team. That's how it has been all along the time. So I don't blame the ministry in totality. I blame those that head in basketball because how can you allow for a major sport to become option? So you go to the league, maybe for the bigger teams, the Neymar, Barca, Lofa, Bond, are able to sponsor a basketball team. They say if you can bring a basketball team, you bring a basketball team. What's going on? You're killing the dream of a lot of talent. Basketball should be inclusive and mandatory into the county meet. We can't treat basketball like this.
Okay.
They need to do better. I'm calling on the LBA leadership. They need to be more proactive. They need to be innovative. Let them work. The time for election politics is over. For me, the politics are on is to keep constructively criticizing the LBA until they do the right thing. And most of my criticism will go to the SG because he's the face of the league and he's not performing his task. It will reach a point in time probably where we'll have to lobby the federal president to write the EC to remove Kelvin because he's an appointed position. To remove and put somebody who will help because the folks that are up there, the president, the vice president, let's say the 3 vice presidents, those are older people. You're the most younger person in the employ of the people. You and Mr. Emmanuel Potter. You need to work together and help the older folks.
We have the treasurer there, Joseph.
Okay. Exactly. Those 3 guys need to help the older folks to make basketball where you want to be today.
So thank you. Like we said, we don't have a lot of time. We will come more. 1 hour will be given to Mr. Gray, where we will talk more about basketball. And we're hoping to have some authorities from the angle of the LBA to come with, on this show, Sports Extra or the Weekend Wrap, or maybe we're supposed to talk more about basketball. This is one of Liberia's premier sports, basketball. Basketball is an Olympic sport, as been said by Mr. Gray, and need more support. If you have his own will, the Secretary General should be removed. That is it. It's an allegation. We have more to talk about this. At this time, we go to our next segment of today. That will be by 12 noon, where we will bring you Sports Today, the news of the newsmaker here on Into Your Sport. My name is Elijah Pine. We want to say bye-bye for now.
Intel Sports, Liberia's premier and exclusive sports television station. Intel Sports, we offer professional sports coverages to include live coverage, sports analysis and commentaries, documentaries, features, pre and post productions, highlights of all disciplines, and many more. For business purposes, you can contact us on these numbers. Intel Sports will remain Liberia's premier and exclusive sports television. Mary Sports provides you with the opportunity